The first televised Academy Awards, the 25th Oscars ceremony, took place on March 19, 1953. It was presented by legendary entertainer Bob Hope.
Look at those Oscars. Isn't that something, huh? Looks like Betty Davis's garage.
Nearly 70 years later, nominee Regina King opened the ceremony this way.
I have to be honest. If things had gone differently this past week in Minneapolis, I might have traded in my heels for marching boots.
And with that, she set the tone for the 93rd Oscars.
There's so much work to do, guys, and that's on everyone in this room. This ain't no single-man job.
We deserve better than to live in a country where more than 100 people die by gun violence every single day.
It is my hope that all of us would teach our kids, and not only to remember, just refuse hate.
For years, conservatives have bemoaned the influence of Hollywood on American norms and mores. But the 93rd Academy Awards confirms something sad about the power of America's movie industry. It has forgotten how to entertain. It's not that this year's Oscars were too political. It's that they were too boring.
Academy nominations used to say, look what great movies we make. Now they say, look what good people we are.
Bill Maher called it first. 2 weeks before the Oscars aired, the HBO host said that after a year of coronavirus, he was looking to Hollywood for a little escapism. Then he broke down this year's Best Picture nominees.
In Judas and the Black Messiah, the FBI kills the leader of the Black Panthers, and in the trial of the Chicago 7, the FBI kills the leader of the Black Panthers again. Promising Young Woman has Carey Mulligan avenging a murderous rapist, but then he kills her too.
You see, it wasn't just one or two of the Best Picture nominees that felt more like a subject for a documentary. It was all of them. Even Miss King herself acknowledged Oscar's indifference to its audience in her opening monologue.
I know that a lot of you people at home want to reach for your remote when you feel like Hollywood is preaching to you.
Which is why fewer and fewer of us are tuning in. This year's viewership was 9.85 million, less than half the previous record low in 2018.
Don't be indifferent to our pain.
Of course, this isn't the first time America has wondered about Hollywood's politics and values. Once upon a time, Hollywood directors and screenwriters were cited for contempt of Congress and blacklisted for refusing to answer questions about past and present affiliations with the Communist Party.
We will forthwith discharge or suspend without compensation those in our employ, and we will not re-employ any of the 10 until such time as he is acquitted or has purged himself of contempt and declares under oath that he is not a communist.
But whatever their feeling about the then Soviet Union, the Hollywood 10, as they came to be known, knew how to entertain an audience. Take Dalton Trumbo. He earned an Oscar for writing Roman Holiday, but because of the blacklist, he wouldn't get credit for it until decades after. Hollywood would say that today's Oscars reflect a preference for art over mass appeal. But a brief look at Hollywood's history tells a different story. Just look at the nominees in 1939. Gone with the Wind, Goodbye, Mr. Chips, Stagecoach, Love Affair, and The Wizard of Oz. Every one of them shows that movies can have both popular appeal and artistic merit. It's the problem that comes from putting woke first. Ultimately, it becomes little more than tiresome virtue signaling. And so we have Hollywood now applauding itself for the most diverse Oscars ever, even as its audience drops to a record low.
Virtue signaling has already ruined most of the internet, the publishing industry, the New York Times, and most of the colleges where football isn't a priority. Please, at least leave us the movies.